Welcome back to Critics News with another hot update on as it take the go. And I want to start with the upcoming Anambra elections, okay, which we are supposed to boycott, we are supposed to say no to. I don't know what the authorities of IPOB has been doing, because we've not been hearing much about no elections from the DOS, and that is what they are supposed to be emphasizing on. So in case you are joining us for the first time, this is Critics News and I'm your host, Goodman Dekureku. And don't forget that anywhere you go to and they tell you that things are easier, tell them that it's just a scam, just like Nigeria is. Nigeria is a scam. You understand? So there should be no elections in Biafra land. Everybody should take note of that. There should be no elections on those days that they are trying to. I don't even know what to say, because things are not the way that they are supposed to be. They are not the way they are supposed to be, because when you look at what is happening in Amazonia with my brother there called what is his name again? Is it Uncle No Pity? That man, God will bless him. The guy, the vex. General No Pity, yeah, General No Pity is the name in Amazonia. That is the field marshal. That's my brother. You understand? So you know what I mean. All the madam. You understand? I will I got in your way against some. And he went the result. You get what I'm saying? Then you'll be able to achieve a zone. But we don't have a zone. Everywhere we are being raided. They are raiding us because of lack of proper planning. If you plan it well, you plan it well. I don't know what to say. Anyways, it's quite they pay me, but there's nothing I can do for now. But we'll move. You understand? So there should be no elections in Biafra land. This is very, very serious. There should be no elections in Biafra land. What do you call have him? Willie Obiano and Diotia. There should be no elections in Biafra land. We want to just remind you and to tell you and let you know that no elections. Rather, we want a referendum and to also release Mazi Nnamdi Ka. Since they are no longer talking about it, we are supposed to deal with them seriously. If the sit at home on Monday is not enough, we should also make plans to send palliatives to include Tuesday on the sit at home, so that people will not be stressed too much. We add Tuesday and give palliatives. You understand? These are the plans that we are supposed to execute. Okay, these are the plans that we're supposed to execute to make sure that the government will do something by force. If the lawmakers are talking about it, then if we continue, the governors will have no choice other than to say this thing is getting out of hand. What do we do to get Mazi Nnamdi Ka out of that dungeon? Whether they like it or not, whether they sponsored the kidnapping or not, they will begin to talk positive about it. Then if Mazi Nnamdi comes out, then he will now decide on what happens next. Quickly, they say that lawyer has obtained a CCTV evidence here. Look at it. We've obtained CCTV and other evidence of how Buhari regime kidnapped Nnamdi Ka in Nairobi. Kenyan lawyer. This is coming from a Kenyan lawyer. This is the info that we want to treat here. And I also play you this UC Banton, his song of freedom. Okay. Now we've obtained CCTV, other evidence of how the failed Buhari regime kidnapped Nnamdi Ka in Nairobi. This is coming from a Kenyan lawyer. Evidence obtained has shown that Nnamdi Ka was kidnapped in Nairobi, Kenya by the President Muhammadu Buhari regime, says George Wajakoya, a council representing the detained agitator, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Now, he said that we have copies of his passport and a stamp that he was indeed in Kenya. We also have evidence he was in his residence on a particular day. We also have material proof that he was at the airport on a particular day to meet a friend, and there he was arrested. Definitely he was kidnapped, Mr. Wajakoya said in an audio tape obtained by People's Gazette. Mr. Kano, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, was repatriated back to Nigeria on July 1st after disappearing from the country following a military raid in his abode. The regime had provided a murky explanation of how the IPOB leader was intercepted through the collaborative efforts of the Nigeria intelligence and security services, failing to further elaborate on the circumstances of Mr. Kano's capture. This is what they did to Mazi Nnamdi Ka, and some people are still trying to sweep it under the carpet. Some people are trying to hold the elections despite this fact. Some people are trying to ignore as if an election is not coming up in Anambra State. We must by all means resist this nonsense and speak out now that there is time before it is too late. There will be no election until they explain how they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Ka, how he missed, and nobody was able to report this story until the Nigerian government came to tell us. It's a shame. It's a shame. That is the reality of the matter. It's a shame. The Kenyan government also strongly denied involvement in the whole process. Its High Commissioner to Nigeria, Wilfred Machege, described the claim that Mr. Kano was arrested in the East African country as deliberately concocted to fuel antagonistic feelings in the minds of certain sections of the Nigerian people against the people of Kenya. But Mr. Wajakoya told BBC that several findings indicated that the IPOB leader was in Kenya and that he had caught up with a friend at the airport on the day he was kidnapped. He also disclosed that a petition has been filed against the Kenyan government for its involvement in the unconstitutional and unlawful arrest and extradition of Mr. Kano. Now, how come this thing happened and nobody was with Mazi Nnamdi Ka? Did he get to that extent that Mazi Nnamdi Ka now sneak like a common man, a common nobody? How? Who was his aide? Who was with him? Because since we've been talking about this news, since we've been reading information about the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Ka, we've never heard that one man was arrested with him who was his aide, or who was with him, or who was accompanying him, or even the person he went to meet was arrested and the person detained. We have never heard of such stories. So who are these people that he went to meet there? These are the investigations that should be carried out by the people who he has as aides, or the leadership he was managing before he was kidnapped in IPOB. But we have not gotten any of such answers up till now. We filed a petition against the Kenyan government and various actors in this case for their unconstitutional and unlawful removal, which denied our client his human right, which was engineered by first to fifth respondent in the denial of fair administrative action and in the violation of human rights of Mazi Nnamdi Ka. This is coming from the lawyer in Kenya. This is a Kenyan lawyer. He's saying this, but the Kenyan government, this Uhuru Kenyatta and the ambassador to Nigeria, they lied that Mazi was never kidnapped from Kenya back to Nigeria. It's a shame to African people. The respondents are Kenya's Interior CS, that is the Director of Immigration, the Director of Criminal Investigation, OCPD, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, and the Attorney General. On how long the Kenyan government has to respond to this petition, the lawyer said, we are serving the respondent. From there, we are serving the respondent, and from there we take it on. It's not an issue of the Kenyan government responding, but it's a judicial matter, adding that it was served under certificate of urgency, okay? Which means that very soon they must respond to this suit. Mr. Wajakoya questioned why the Kenyan government would deport a British citizen to Nigerian territory, despite the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Ka renounced his citizenship as a Nigerian. Although he admitted that Mr. Kanu could be extradited from Kenya, he argued that the extradition has to follow due process, which the Buhari regime has refused to follow, because Buhari himself is the chief kidnapper of Africa. And that is why you see all those kidnappings going on in Nigeria. If you can kidnap somebody in from another man's country through the aid of that same president in that place, what about the citizens? That means that you have been kidnapping Nigerians on daily basis. You have been kidnapping them every day. That is it now. Although you can't pick up somebody and throw him, that's barbaric. It's outlawed by international law, even by our own constitution, he explained. But it is the same Buhari that they said we feature at the United Nations General Assembly. It's a shame to the world leaders, those people who claim to be world leaders. You people are shameless that you are still interacting with this kidnapper, this failed president of Nigeria. You people will still sit down with him. Joe Biden, all this Boris Johnson, all this Boris Johnson. You people are shameless people. You don't have dignity. You don't have human dignity. You are still sitting with a kidnapper. Why can't you ask him a simple question? How did you take this guy from this place? Because this is an international criminal offense. Why did you people do this? How did you do it? Except you explain to us how you did all these kidnappings, we are sanctioning you, but they will never do it. You still see the person who can speak proper English, assuring as if it's onions. We want to assure you, up and down. Now, it is an abuse of the court process for the Nigerian court to try a British citizen who has no connection with Nigeria and without due process, he added. A July report published in The Guardian, a British outlet, also indicated that Mr. Kanu's UK passport remained in Kenya after his extradition. This is how it all happened. And we never got the story fully. On the part of the what will I call it? The family that Mazi Nnamdi Ka built. We recorded failures. Yes, we recorded failure because they didn't alert us, and that is why Mazi Nnamdi Ka was extradited to Nigeria illegally, because nobody informed anybody, nobody raised the alarm, and we never knew until Nigeria government announced it. So bad people are in this organization of IPOB. Bad people are there in the leadership of IPOB. And they should be fished out and punished properly. They should be brought out and stoned to death for selling Mazi Nnamdi Ka this cheap. It is a very huge embarrassment. Even some people who we are calling Sabutu ourselves cannot even have the morale to do what those people are doing. But I believe that they are still there, enjoying, going about their businesses as if nothing happened. Mazi Nnamdi Ka, we are praying for you, and you come out in one way or the other. So and then that time, I believe that he will know himself properly. Even that Femi Fani-Kayode now, that one is a number one saboteur. Sabo Ndike. That Femi Fani-Kayode. All this and the Lagos side, you know, if you is you with him now. Let's take this song by UC Banton before we proceed.
Biafra, another China in Africa. Biafra, another America in Africa. Biafra. Everywhere we waging, Biafra. Surely we will win, Biafra. Everywhere we waging, Biafra. Surely we will win, Biafra. We are not backing down from any giant or Goliath. We are not backing down because we are not a loser. the weapon may be found. It will not prosper when the darkness falls. Victory for Biafra, let's celebrate. Biafra, we are winning. Biafra, freedom is here. Victory for Biafra, let's celebrate. Biafra, we are winning. Biafra, freedom is here. Biafrans are praying, so it's falling. Nnamdi Ka is praying, Animal's kingdom is shaking. PSN are striking, the wall of Jericho is falling. IPOB, me I say don't give up the fight. Victory for Biafra, let's celebrate. Biafra, we are winning. Biafra, freedom is here. Victory for Biafra, let's celebrate. Biafra, we are winning. Biafra, freedom is here. Let's come together. Together we will be stronger. Let's come together. Together Biafra will conquer. Biafra, Biafra, White Bomb we are. Biafra, Akasi we are. Biafra, Cross River we are. Biafra, Port Harcourt we are. Biafra, Imo we are. Biafra, Anambra we are. Biafra, Delta we are. Biafra, Edo State we are. Biafra, Benue we are. Biafra, Ebonyi we are. Biafra, Bayelsa we are. Biafra, Enugu we are. Biafra, Abia, victory for Biafra, let's celebrate. Biafra, we are winning. Biafra, freedom is here. Victory for Biafra, let's celebrate. Biafra, we are winning. Biafra, freedom is here. Biafra.
Okay, that's one of our brother there. You heard that song, UC Banton. That is a very nice song from him there. All right, God bless him. So that's where we're ending this episode, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.